Good. How are you guys?
We're doing well. Just kind of kick things off here with an opening statement, and how are you looking forward to Greensboro this week?
Yeah. Thankfully we're coming off a couple wins, so I think our team feels a lot better than we did when we were on that losing streak. So we have a little momentum on our side. I think it's Greensboro. It's the tournament. Everybody's excited. The ACC is extremely competitive, so we're looking forward to getting on the plane here and getting there and kind of settling in for the night, and then practicing tomorrow, getting used to the court, and giving our best in that first round game.
Appreciate it, Coach. We'll kick off questioning with Melvin Stith.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. Coach, great to see you as always. I wanted to ask you about your offense. You've got four players that are in double figures in scoring. So it's kind of tough to key on one person because you've got kind of a balanced offense. Could you talk a little bit about how you think that has helped your success, that your offense is pretty balanced?
Yeah, I think, we're running an offense right now that's really interchangeable with all the players. So I think that in and of itself makes it a little bit exciting to play in, and it makes it easier to share the ball. So we have really unselfish players that want to make the extra pass. Sometimes that's a turnover, but when we can do it the right way, they're looking for the open person. And I really like the way we're finding the open person right now. And I think of all the times for us to start making shots, we spent a lot of this year getting wide open shots and not making them and not capitalizing on them. So I think if we can capitalize on the shots the offense creates, and the fact that our team is unselfish, I think we can have a really good showing here. It's just we got to keep the momentum of making shots.
We'll go to Dan Rubin.
Hey, Coach, good to see you.
Hey, Dan.
Uh, I know that building off of that the offense is usually built a lot out of what you guys do defensively, with forcing turnovers and your five together as one method. Just how has that continued to develop, and particularly in the last two games with the wins? How did that kind of all come together for this team? At the end of the season.
Yeah, like you said, our gameplay is definitely fueled by our defense. And I think we were able to generate a lot of turnovers in our last couple games. And that really is because they were playing pretty seamlessly on the defensive end. And although we're undersized, I think it's hard to capitalize on being undersized for the offense that we're playing against if we're moving, if our hands are up, if they're always feeling a little bit rushed. And I think we were successful in the last couple of games of making the offense feel a little bit rushed, and making them feel like they have a little pressure on them, so they can't really see the openings inside and what is there.
We'll go to Howard McDowell.
Coach, great to see you as always. I'm hoping you
See,
could give me a little perspective on Han Hidalgo's rebounding specifically, as someone who yourself was a very effective rebounder out of the point guard position. What is it she does that allows her to rebound as well as she can, despite the fact that she's 5'6"?
Hannah's without a question just a competitor, right? When you're that competitive, people say, oh, they have a nose for the ball, or somehow the ball always finds them. But usually you'll find that the ball finds the most competitive people that are constantly tracking it down. So with her energy and the way she plays with that up tempo mindset of like she's going to make something happen, and I think she looks like she wants to make something happen on both ends of the floor, which is what makes her so great. I think that's how she ends up finding the ball in her hands,
Thank you.
and
Appreciate it.
and finds rebounds. She tracks them really well.
Thank you.
We'll go to Ethan Fuller now.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Ethan.
With the kind of unique format of the ACC tournament, how do you instill confidence in your team and your players when you know it kind of is a long road for you guys going through the ladder?
Well, good. I hope it is a long road. I hope you're right. We want it to be a long road. So that's one thing we just say is we got one game at a time. So we're not looking ahead. We're focusing right on Clemson, and making sure that we can take care of business in that first game. Outside of that, we're really not looking ahead or not worried about anything else. But I hope it is a long road.
Any other questions for Coach Mack? Oh, Mitchell, go right ahead.
Hey, Coach.
Oh, did
Worked
he
so
freeze?
well. Oh,
Oh, can you say that one more
Oh,
time? You froze a little bit.
can you hear me now? Am I good?
Yes.
Okay, great. Just wanted to go back to your game against UNC last Thursday a little bit. I mean, to get up so big and then to finish with a win, what worked well, and did it kind of feel like a little bit of a turning point for the team this season?
Yeah, I like I said, I wish we would have maybe had that turning point a little bit sooner. But I think the biggest thing in the ACC right now, and I think that's what you always see in the games, and sometimes when you think, oh, this team won or that team won, it's usually the team that makes shots, right? I think everybody plays really hard. I think there's a pretty fine line between the different and the disparity in talent. But I think the team that is making more shots because they're knockdown shooters or shooting it well, they end up winning the game, right? And finally, against UNC, we made shots. I mean, I think we've spent a lot of this season with very, very low percentages from the field at the end of each game. I think characteristically, after each game, we've taken more shots than our opponents because we're working on the offensive glass. We're getting hustle plays. We're causing turnovers, but we just weren't. We're missing layups. We're missing threes. We're missing. So I think in that Carolina game, we made more outside shots. We made more shots, and then thank goodness we had that lead because we had a really sketchy second half of the fourth quarter there where I think again we'd been so long since we've been able to close a game out that I think we got a little tight. But I was glad to see that we had a big enough lead to end the game with a win.
For sure. Thanks, Coach.
All right, that's all the time we have for Coach Mac. Appreciate it, Coach. And
Hey,
we'll
make sure you guys ask Jeff Walls like
I
really,
had
really hard
I
questions.
had my hand raised. I had a question.
I didn't know if that
hell?
was I didn't know
Are
if that
you
was an error.
kidding me?
I didn't know if that was an error. I'm sorry, Coach.
No, that wasn't an error. So in a game of horse, Coach Mac, how could you think you could beat me?
Listen, back in the day, I could have, but now I would say I'd just take you on the pickleball court. That's it.
She talks a lot of crap about her pickleball game. I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, hey, make his interview really hard. You
Yeah,
guys took it easy on me. Make it hard on him.
I'll see you down there, Joanna.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, I guess we'll bring in Coach.